of the Roman Inquisition with uh, with the Roman Catholic Church um, physically coercing everybody who disagrees with it. So that's aggressive fanaticism. Aggressive fanaticism cannot tolerate somebody who he cannot refrain himself because he wants to be right. No, you so he tries in any way by through force to force the other person's will against his will. And passive fanaticism is the opposite. Passive fanaticism is more like a better term would be idealism, where you have to be forced. The person has to be forced, coercively forced to change his beliefs or position, and that I think would better suit this context, no, because there has been lots of examples of Christians who have been forced through coercion to deny their faith. Here I went to a Jesus Freak website and here I got an excerpt. The excerpt is from JesusFreak.net, and the excerpt is called "On Trial for Sharing the Gospel." And Anila and Pribin. Here, I'm going to read it. Anila met Pribin at school. As their friendship grew, Anila gave Pribin a Bible and taught her Christian songs. Pribin quickly learned Christian songs and began to teach them to her younger sister when her parents weren't home. Pribin's parents who learned of the songs. Being strict Muslims, they were not happy about them, but rather than confronting Pribin right away, they had their younger sister try to find out where she was getting this Christian influence. Anila eventually invited Pribin to a Good Friday service. When the young Muslim heard the gospel presentation, she immediately accepted Jesus. Pribin became very excited about her new relationship with Jesus and saw great changes to take place in her life. She read her Bible and praised God boldly. Anila knew that before long her friend would encounter opposition from her parents. Pribin's parents were furious when they learned of her conversion. They had previously arranged for her to marry a Muslim man. When Pribin again refused, she ran away. When Pribin's parents could not find her, they accused Anila and her pastor of kidnapping her. They had Anila arrested. Anila was slapped and beaten in front of her parents for 9 hours. Finally, she was taken to prison. Anila's pastor and his family were taken to prison on the following day. Anila and her pastor experienced horrible torture in jail. She was whipped 16 times. 5 times she would make a normal man pass out. When they were released, Anila could not sit for 2 months, but her pastor could barely walk from the bruises on his hips and thighs. Pribin was later found by her family. In Muslim nations, children are often severely beaten for converting to Christianity. Others are killed by their own parents or siblings for apostasy, converting to another faith. To restore the honor of his family, Pervin's brother stabbed her to death. He then turned himself on the local authorities. As it is not uncommon in such situations, he was eventually released without incident. Anila was then arrested on charges of kidnapping. She was imprisoned, then released on bail a little bit more than a month later. She and her family went into hiding as their lives were threatened by radical Muslims. In May 1999, Anila was acquitted of all charges. Well, here we have both passive fanaticism and aggressive fanaticism. Well, and you see the difference real clearly. And here we have clearly the context of that Luke 14:25, 26. And here a lady, this girl, she went against her parents' wishes. No, that's what it means to hate your family. That can will be willing to get against her family's wishes, even though they were Muslim. She converted to Christianity, and for that, she was forced to flee, and her friend was beaten and tortured. And we have many stories like this, where Christians have been falsely coerced, to give up their faith. But the reason why I say that there's a clear difference is because Jesus did not teach hatred. On the contrary, he taught that we should love our enemies. So even if we disagree with them, though we shouldn't force our beliefs upon them, but through a physical coercion. And so I plead that you can, reading the story, you can feel the pain, of you can see the situation and think twice of what you say about think twice accuse Christians of forcing people, because the reality is the opposite has happened throughout time and time again. It is Christians who have been forced. So that's all I have to say. Okay. God bless you, and hope that this gives you helps you out. All right. Now